While created by chance, rubbish has proven remarkably adaptable within civilized life. In a report last year, a group of rubbish were used in a sleep study since their stench can make a person sleep for weeks, a longer time than what was even thought possible from other species such as breloom or darkrai. Nimbasa city civil servants have used them to catch residents who litter the streets, and the rubbish appear to enjoy being integrated into the society. While their presence has made Route 5 and 16 a much cleaner place, they appear to have a negative impact on the local Mingsino. Locals have reported tarnished coats and large rubbish-shaped bite marks on some Mingsino. Nimbasa city officials are currently putting laws into place which would make it illegal to release rubbish back into the wild and are attempting to control local populations. It is often wittily remarked in scientific circles that Porygon, cast form, and rubbish are the personified forms of physics, biology, and chemistry in the Pokemon world, respectively. While I would point out that Mewtwo is a far more fitting avatar of biology, and Magikarp far more fitting of physics, rubbish is an excellent poster boy for chemistry. After all, it is the only Pokemon in this article created entirely by accident. Official records note that the indigenous rubbish population of Unova arose from a single industrial spillage in a poorly kept refuse area in Nimbasa city, and the resultant creatures extended their range to the west and east. Recent censuses indicate that they are already spreading south into the colonized desert area, demonstrating their remarkable tolerance for harsh conditions, although Castlia is likely more troubled by the invasive Grimer population at present. Their evolved forms, Garbodor, have even proved hardy enough to migrate north through Entree Forest, despite the threat of native Gotorito and Duosian populations. How exactly they came to be, as it were, is still a mystery, though there are numerous hypotheses to explain the phenomenon. One of these is that the noxious gases produced by the decaying rubbish formed amino acids on contact with the industrial waste, in some manner apparently alike those of Stanley Miller's lightning experiments, and that the resultant primitive life forms developed over time into fully fledged, functional organisms. While this seems far-fetched, it could explain the similarities of this species to known colonial organisms. The metabolism of most creatures follows a standard norm. They eat nutrients and excrete waste. Trubbish and Garbodor, however, eat waste and excrete basic life components. Apart from the occasional belch, the poisonous substances they come in contact with are safely stored within their body structure, and they only make use of them when threatened or in battle. The foul stench that some species envelop themselves with are in fact the smell of sulfur, and many have noted that forests gain tremendously in vigor if a small population of these garbage Pokemon inhabit the area. As they're on a constant search for more waste to add to their inventory, litter and trash are consumed in a quick manner, thus improving the sanitary conditions even further. So despite being a mobile pile of filth, one would make a grave mistake of associating rubbish with the likes of Mewtwo and Weezing, as it can be an invaluable asset to cleaning the nature of unwanted materials and pathogens. Poison types in general carry only a few toxins which they can handily use for both defensive and offensive measures. Trubbish and Garbodor on the other hand, who constantly come in contact with new hazards through their diet, have been confirmed to carry a staggering amount of toxins. Since their bodies are adept at neutralizing any given substance they should absorb, a few individuals alone have been enough to provide medical institutes with hundreds of antidotes to combat various diseases and intoxicated patients. Trubbish is a living trash bag, which is great since plastic bags are so harmless in the first place. However, we see that this animation is actually more beneficial to the environment than if a random bag were blowing around. Furthermore, rubbish can easily incorporate random non-biodegradable materials such as the previously mentioned bags and metals like mercury. The search for these materials to evolve is the majority of what rubbish does, so it mostly only learns normal and poison type attacks. That said, it appears that some materials are required for it to evolve successfully. These have not been directly observed, but evidence from Drubbish's egg move pool suggests that some kind of mineral is required before moves such as rock blast can be performed.